Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to reload. Okay, it worked. Okay, it worked. Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this month's Asians Under a Typhoon live show for the Rise of Kyoshi. We're really excited to talk about this book, and my guest here today is Stuti. Wait, this side. Yeah, we're high school friends, and she finally decided to come on to talk about the Rise of Kyoshi. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys all brought your books and want to talk about it. Doesn't matter if you just started, you just finished, you're halfway there. Don't worry about it.
Hello, I'm Slippy, and yeah, so like Veronica said, we went to high school together in Singapore, and now even though we are miles and miles apart, we still, stay in touch. Every now and then get together, read a book together. So this month we read The Rise of Kyoshi, and she asked me to come on her YouTube, and I was like, all right, let's do it. Our schedules finally matched, so here we are.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you about this book. I love Avatar. Okay, I mean, I really want to
Ooh,
rewatch it, but because it's been a while. But let's talk.
let's
So, where are you in the book? It doesn't matter if you didn't finish, but what are your thoughts so far?
So I am not that far. But basically, like so far, they're looking for new avatar, and basically, I think um the names need to come to me. Why don't you get started? Let me just get into
Okay.
the names
Well,
and
I'm just
everything.
gonna warn you. I'm gonna talk about the whole book. Okay.
Okay, that's
So I
okay.
hope you don't mind.
No, no, not at all. That's okay. I just need to familiarize myself with the names a little bit because it was a lot of names for somebody who's not an avatar person.
Yeah. Luckily, this timeline is basically not part of the Avatar. I mean, we're introduced to Kyoshi when Aang goes to the Earth to learn earthbending.
Mhm.
I don't know. I like these because first off, it's like introducing us to all the old avatars, and I love learning about. I feel like it's the lore and like the history, so I love learning about that, even in like real
Yeah.
life history and stuff. So I had a lot of fun reading
Because we
this.
learned about so this avatar was what, like 3 avatars before,
See, I don't
Avatar
know.
Aang, right?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I
I
maybe
think
I should
so,
look up
because
just
I was trying to so I was as I was reading, I was, like, looking up everything because, like I said, not a lot of background, but I think it was, like, 3 avatars before, and then the avatar before Kyoshi was Kuruk?
Karuk. Yeah.
Kuruk?
Hmm.
It's kind of I don't know, pardon my language, not not the not well, I'm not gonna say it. He's not the best. Are you
Hold on.
looking up how many avatars?
I am. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. We're searching. We're searching. We're
Come on,
searching.
Wi-Fi, do your Wi-Fi.
What?
Wi-Fi, do the Wi-Fi things.
Okay. So Kyoshi was actually two avatars before Aang. So it was Roku and then Kyoshi before Aang. So that was pretty cool. Um,
Ooh.
so instead of three, it was two. But I thought that, yeah, because it makes sense because it goes in order of like air, water, fire. Wait, air,
So
water, earth,
Kyushi
and
is
then
Earth.
fire. What?
Kyushi's Earth.
Yeah, she's earth, and then fire afterward, and then air, which is Aang, which makes sense, I guess. Yeah, that does make sense.
And then uh, got it. So we go in this order.
Hmm.
Um and so you know that Karuk's two I don't want to say besties, but companions.
Two besties. I
His two
mean,
besties. Uh,
yeah,
all right.
companions, and like, I don't know. I feel like
advisor.
they were best friends because like they traveled with him, I guess, and dude, I don't even know their roles. It says in the beginning. But yeah, they
Um,
were yeah, like you said, they were companions,
Let me check
and
them.
I
What are
feel
their
like
names again? Not Bestie. Bestie one, Bestie two.
Jianzu and Kelsang. I
Kelsang.
said Kelsang. When I was reading it,
Kelsang.
it was
Kelsang.
Kelsang. I don't know if that's right though.
I think it's Kelsang. Kelsang.
Jianzu, and then Kelsang, and then I finished the book, but you know me, I don't remember a thing. So
No, that's the thing. There's so much plot happening, but I think it's interesting how they kind of did like a little fake out, not fake out, but like, oh, is he on the Avatar?
I think the thing is, I feel like, well, now with like Aang and everything, it was obvious that he was the Avatar. But
Mm-hmm.
then the problem with, okay, you said you left off to where they were finding the Avatar.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
what page
haven't
are you?
113.
113. Oh, so where am I? Oh,
Well,
so do
I'm
they?
reading on this internet archive, so I hope it's the same for
Okay,
you.
it's okay. Wait. So, where was I? Um,
It was
did you
like
get to the part
there.
where they
Yeah,
already know Kyoshi is the Avatar, or they're speculating that she
I
is the
think yeah,
Avatar?
I think they're
Yeah.
speculating. Yeah.
Okay. Well, spoilers. She is.
Well,
Wow.
the rise of Kyoshi. Um,
I okay. I dude. I finished this yesterday. I gave it 4 stars, and
okay.
I'm gonna say it ends in a cliffhanger. So literally after this, I'm gonna start book 2 because I kind of need.
Well, you can go
I
on
need to
again.
find out.
What's the? So wait, is this like a spoilers zone? This
Yeah.
line? Yes. What was the cliffhanger?
Oh, basically after Kiyoshi, does she? Hold on, dude. I finished this yesterday, but I think I was out of it.
Veronica. No, I started this yesterday, and I was trying to read as fast as I could because I've been out.
Oh, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, I was right. So after Kyoshi kills Jianzu,
Mhm.
finally, if I must say, it took the whole book. Um,
Because
uh,
I was also just reading like the plot, so I think I will be able to like keep up
the
with you and
Spark
read some of the
Notes.
rest of the
Yeah.
book. This spoilers part, not spark notes. I was reading a review because I wanted to understand like because this was like a Avatar super fan who wrote this review, so I was like, let me see this from an Avatar person's perspective because like I so and basically Kyoshi like got into her avatar state and almost killed Jansu but didn't. And then well, I will say like what I like about Kyoshi generally of what I've seen is that like she displays like more restraint than usually like okay, there's this like side take which I feel like women or female characters in dystopian movies kind of need to show more restraint than male characters because they're allowed to express their rage as is. And so that restraint in female characters is necessary. But like you're telling me, in the end, she did kill Jansu. And I kind of feel like that's necessary for her to be like, if she's going to be the avatar, you can't be like showing restraint, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that does.
Or
I
just
feel
like generally female characters in dystopian movies, I feel like need to show like a level of like they need to hold back or they're not allowed to express their rage as much as male characters. I don't tell me about like Ang, for example. Ang, was he like
well, first off, I can't because I don't remember. But I definitely feel like okay, if we're comparing it to like maybe Katara, she
mhm.
definitely had to like show restraint in her water bending because like well first off she was female and especially there's this one part I remember when they were in either the southern water tribe and she was like yeah I want to learn under this great waterbender teacher and they were like no you can't because I think it was because she was a girl, but I don't
Because
remember.
she was a girl?
Yeah, I think so. But then she was like, "Well, f you, I'm gonna prove everyone wrong," and she was able to um, learn under the teacher by the end of it. But I think it was because of that. So definitely seeing the trend of like, you know, with like Kyoshi because she discovers that she's the avatar a little later than supposed to. I don't know. I don't know how old she was, but it was harder for her to get the teachers, especially with Jianzu. I don't know how to say his name, so we're gonna say
Janzu?
Jianzu.
Janzu?
Jianzu, Jianzu,
It's Chinese word, right? Janzu.
Jianzu. That's I don't know. I'm I don't know, but basically because he's actually a bad guy and he's just such a bad guy, dude.
Janzu.
um everyone is like I don't know how to say this, but he all of his connections, all of the really good powerful teachers that the previous Avatar Yoon, who they thought was the
But
Avatar, but
he's
it
not
was
Avatar. He's
Yoshi.
not an Avatar, right?
He's not. But they thought, oh, it's actually Avatar Yoon, but it's really his servant maid slash something, I don't know, best friend. Kyoshi, that's the Avatar. And dude, I forgot where I was going with this. But like she she had to kind of do everything from scratch
Right,
because
yeah.
Jensu was
You're
out to
just like,
kill her, and she didn't want to turn herself in at all because uh, the teachers, well,
turn
anyone,
herself in as the Avatar even though she knew?
what?
Is that what you're saying? You said turn herself in?
Well, turn herself in terms of like if any of Jensu's like teacher acquaintances find out where she is, then they would turn Kyoshi into Jensu, and then they probably kill each other. Um, that never happens.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Well, so
Um,
far, like what I'm seeing is like, there was the pirate attack, which do you remember the pirate?
yes.
Yeah,
In
and
Avatar. Wait, what? Where? Where?
in the Rise of
Pirate?
like
What?
near page 100.
Oh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yes, 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 yes. That.
Yeah,
Uh,
and like there's like she's being pressured. She's like, "Oh, like are you going to tell me what happened? Are you going to tell me what happened?" And she was just like, "I don't know, like I just got angry, like this is what happened." But like I think this is the first crack of like her showing her like true potential, right? This is like the first time they're actually like suspecting that she not maybe I don't know if they're suspecting because it was just like, oh, what happened? Like we lost a lot of people. And then there's this quote I was gonna
wow.
tell you.
Pulling out the quotes too. I'm
Huh?
impressed.
No, I know. I saw this. I was like, I'm gonna. Where the did it go? Oh my god. Where? Okay. Stop. No, no, this is not the quote. But feel free to, you know, share anything that you found that was worthy because in this time. Okay, I cannot find this quote. I can summarize the quote too. I can paraphrase it, which was like,
Paraphrase. Go
I
ahead.
don't know what happened. Um, they were coming at us, and I got angry, and this happens when I'm angry. And
I think I know
there's
what you're
like
talking
this look. The reason why I'm trying to find it is because of the reactions. So,
about. Yeah. And I think because I know where you're talking about. I think at that time, she was talking to Jianzu, so he was like pressuring her, like
yeah,
show like you're not showing your true potential, but I can help you be that
he
strong
was
avatar.
always trying to like lure her into the.
Yeah, he's like basically manipulating her because I guess he wants the connections that he had with the previous avatar Kuruk,
Cool.
you know? And
Yeah.
just I you can see him kind of crack throughout the beginning half of the book, and then right after this he's here. Okay, I'm
I
really
think this is
pulling out.
honestly the first crack because Rangi says, "Stop pretending like everything is the same. We know what you and Kelsong were hiding from us." So he's like, I mean, Kelsong's kind of like her, I don't
Like a
know,
fatherly
protective.
figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
protective. So like, I guess it would be reasonable to assume. Um, and like you can also see her like desperately being like, "You did it," like hoping to remind him you saved them, but like in reality, like she is the one who showcased her true potential.
Okay. There's this quote that says, okay, let me see if that. Wait.
Oh yes, there. I'm sorry. I truly wasn't aware of my limits. I just panicked and lashed out as hard as I could. Rangi told me that she often firebends stronger than when she's angry. Maybe it was like that. And Jansu smiles again, his expression calcifying on his face. He clapped his hands to his knees and pushed himself up to standing. You know, I fought Dao Fei like Tagaka. Oh my god. Tagaka across the length and breadth of this continent for so long that I've learned that they're not the true problem. So, and then the unrelenting pressure of his statements became so great that Kyoshi instinctively tried to shift the weight onto someone else. It should have been Kuruk dealing with Dalfei, shouldn't it?
Okay. Is that where you left off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, later on, basically, Jianzu brings Yoon and Kyoshi to see this spirit. And he basically Yoon dies, I guess. Like he kind of gets sucked in by the spirit, but we don't know by the end. We don't know if he's really alive or he's dead because he, spoiler, makes an appearance at the end, at the very end
Okay.
of the book. It's the cliffhanger, and like, what the hell? Um, but
That's the cliffhanger.
that's the. It's not.
Does
It's
Yoon kill
related.
Jansu, or you said Kyoshi kills Jansu?
Yeah. Well, the random surprise appearance of Yoon kills Jianzu, but she helped. I mean, she kind of killed. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, But he just dies. Okay, that's what's
Okay.
important.
Okay.
Okay, but there's this quote that says, right after Yoon dies, and we see there's this quote that says, "Without my influence, you turn into nothing more than a traveling peddler of favors, flopping here and there with your decisions, squandering your authority on petty boons and handouts." Jinsu said, unconcerned that she was losing consciousness before his eyes. You'd end
What's
up
Jansu
living a
bad at?
party trick. You'd end up a living party trick, a bender who can shoot water and breathe fire and spit useless advice, a girl who paints the walls a pretty color while the house rots at its foundation. And then it
Oh,
says, I
rude.
have dedicated my life to making sure the next avatar won't be used in such a manner. And despite your every attempt to fight me, I will dedicate my life to you, Kyoshi. I know that sounds like really sweet at the end, but it's like dedicating his life dedicating his life to make sure that Kyoshi is like under his command, basically, and like being that companion for Kyoshi.
To like
But really,
position himself next to her to be that like second in command
yeah,
or like the ally.
yeah, exactly.
Basically, it's all a way for him to secure his own like positioning and like
Power, yeah.
yeah.
But
It
I think the thing is, and I feel like even when we were introduced to him in the beginning, like the very very beginning, it's he's like so focused on like finding that avatar, the next avatar. Um,
Well, they were
that,
also in a massive rush to find the next avatar because like they didn't have one. Kuruk died before
yeah,
he was supposed to, right?
past it, but let me see. Oh, here, the very beginning. My book says page 13, but it's literally the first chapter, very, very first chapter, like a
Page 13?
page. What?
Page 13?
Yeah, page 13. Or it's towards the end of the chapter, basically, before the 9 years later. It says, in these times and in many others, he should have been at the right hand of the Avatar, the ultimate authority who could bend the world to their will. Instead, he was alone, facing down great beasts of land and sea, their jaws closing in, encasing the kingdom in darkness. So, like I feel like that was just put in, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna say this, but then it's like now you realize, like, oh, it's like he should have been, as it says, at the right hand at the Avatar. It's like all he craved was this power of like, I'm the Avatar's companion, and it's like, should have realized that. Not like now that I'm talking about this, it's like, oh, here are
Are
the
you seeing
signs.
it even more? You're like, everything that he's done is only to secure
That position.
Well,
Yeah.
it could also come from like him craving that like well, do you think that his methods are necessary for the greater good? Because like his fight to find the Avatar, if he doesn't do it, who's gonna do it? And like if him and
Kelsan.
yeah, didn't set out to, like find the next Avatar, who would, right? And like they did. So technically his actions in the long run are beneficial. What do you think? Or do you think it's all driven by greed, or do you think there's also a sense of like stepping up to the needs of the greater good?
In terms of like Genzu's actions?
In terms of his like overall motives. At least so far what it looks like, especially with that quote. Right now it seems like, I am supposed to be the one who's like the Avatar. And then especially the moment he starts to see like Kyoshi's like facade start to crack, he's very like pushy. He's very pushy to unleash that potential, but technically isn't that for the greater good? Because if he didn't push, she wouldn't claim the Avatar, like herself to be the Avatar and things like that.
Okay, for me, I think honestly, originally, because we all know that Kelsang and him, they were companions of Avatar Kuruk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think in the beginning, it was all about like, I guess it was Kuruk's wish that they would be the companions of the next Avatar. That's why they went looking for the next Avatar, right? But I think originally,
if they set out looking for him after Kuruk died,
they did. It did say that they
or
started.
did Kuruk ask them to like set out to go for him?
Good question. Trying to find out. I don't know where. Okay, not there, not there. Da-da-da.
Also,
oh yeah, I found it. So it says on page 5 for me that the only serious decree of Kuruk's before he departed from the living was that his closest companions find the next Avatar and do right by them. And then it says so far they'd failed, but then they find them. So I feel like originally, yes, I don't think that Jianzu's motives were manipulative. Like he really wanted to be the companion of the next Avatar. But I feel like sometime between the 7 years that they kept looking and then the 9 that they had Yoon, who ended up not being the Avatar, that was like that snap where he was like, all right, I'm done with this stuff. I just I should be like the right hand man of the next avatar, which he thought was Yoon. And like even in the beginning chapters, they were like Kyoshi was like, you know, Yoon looked up to you, and stuff like that, but then you were just like selfishly using him for power, pretty much.
And
Um,
like you could tell me this, but when the switch finally happens and when he finally realizes that Kyoshi is the avatar, how do his loyalties switch? Like how fast? And is it very evident that like he's purely just getting close to them to use them for their avatar status?
hmm. La la la. Okay. Uh. I gotta sneeze again. Hold on.
Plus you.
Yeah, I'm like dying. I don't know. I'm trying to look for it, by the way. But I feel like ever since, so like right after the attack, and she shows really like powerful strength.
Mhm.
That's when Kelsang tells everyone like, oh, she has the potential of or she is the avatar. I guess that's what he says. I don't know what it says, but um, I let me find out here. No, here. No. Where?
I also think like between Kalsung and Jansu, like it's kind of like a mother-father role where like Jansu takes the father or bad cop kind of approach,
Yeah,
right?
that
Or
makes
like,
sense. Yeah.
maybe even like fatherly, because sometimes I guess, or maybe I'm talking very generic, but like fatherly, less. Well, Kalsung kind of demonstrates maternal instincts, um, the outright kindness versus like even this one thing, well, even this one like when Kelsang first spotted Kyoshi and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be extra friendly because clearly her clothes are so threadbare that she mustn't have parents." And he's like, "Oh, hello, like who are you?" Like, "Hi, I'm Kelsang." And she's like Kyoshi whispering whatever, and Jensu's just like, "Aren't you sure she isn't too old for that?" Like immediately, I don't know, cutting him down slash maybe good cop, bad cop if is what I'm kind of getting at. Also slash like Kelsang has the more maternal instincts versus Jansu has paternal guiding mentor like instincts. I know we said that Kelsang is like the father figure because he's a man, but from pure like beyond just like a man and woman between them, they they seem to kind of echo mother father relationship.
Yeah, it makes sense. No, don't worry. What you're saying makes sense.
I was like,
Okay.
maybe not. Probably no.
I definitely agree with the like kind of like fatherly, kind of motherly figure, if you will, between Jinsu and
Uh-huh.
Kelsang. Um, Going back to when like after the show of power from Kyoshi, did like yes, Jinsu definitely was like I don't know if it was a switch, but you can definitely tell by the way
Or
he's
the
talking.
moment, do you think, or like maybe I'll ask you this: do you think that, like, since you read further on, do you think that that was at the moment? Because what I caught on was that he was like suspecting, but not the moment that he was 100% convinced of her being the Avatar. Is there like a moment further on where he's completely convinced, or does his change in actions start now? Like
So
his change in loyalties.
it's actually perfect because I found a quote where you're literally on point. It says, I always had
Oh, okay.
he says, I always had the hunch you were hiding something from me. And then he says, I remember the day you and Kelsang told me about your problem with earthbending. You said that you couldn't manipulate small things, that you could only move good sized boulders of a regular shape, like a person whose fingers were too thick and clumsy to pick up a grain of sand. And then it says, you didn't tell me the reverse applied, that you could move mountains, and you were separated from the ocean bed by 200 paces. Not even I can summon earth from across that distance or across water. And then he says, and then, well, freakily, he says, you don't need to worry about them, because Kyoshi asks, like, oh, is Yoon okay? Where's Kelsang? He's like, oh, don't worry about them. But, like, totally on point of what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. Are you sure you didn't read that?
I
But
I wish I could tell you I did, because I read the whole book. I'm just pretending, and because I want to lead you to the conclusions that I've come to, or the reader or the viewer of Asians Under a Typhoon Book Club.
so yeah, I think that he's always known, and I mean, he literally says he always had that hunch, but I think it wasn't enough to like be like, oh, you're the Avatar, but more that you are a powerful bender. Because I mean, you can be a regular Earthbender but still be super powerful. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that I feel like this I always had a hunch you were hiding something was like I always knew you were more powerful than Yoon, but not that powerful. Like I didn't know you were so powerful that you're
Like
literally the
Avatar.
Avatar. You know.
It-
So
like yeah, Yoon. I mean, Yoon doesn't even. I don't know how they came to the conclusion that
dude, poor Yoon. I don't either. I don't know what happened. I
like
was
they just
clear.
saw this kid. They're like, yeah, him, and poor guy. Like he probably gaslighted himself into being like, yeah, no, I'm the Avatar. Um, but like, honey, honey.
I don't know where. I think okay. So traditionally, when they're like kids, they show you like a row of four or five toys, and
Mhm.
they have like specific toys that were or like they had like three or four sets of toys,
The
and one
Avatar test,
specific
right?
set was like the avatar where previous avatars would pick them. You know that stuff. So
Mhm.
maybe Yoon did that, but like it doesn't actually say like how they picked Yoon.
Didn't Kyoshi do that too?
Well, she only picked one, but they were like, kind of thing.
Because when
um,
she did pick that, I think Kelsong said like that's the most that, and that's the closest that any kid today has come to it.
true. Yeah.
Something like that.
Oops. La, la,
Good
la.
choice. Oh, Kelsong glanced at Jansu and oh wait, okay. As quick as a whip, she scampered by him, snagged an object off the floor, and ran back to where she was standing on the porch. She gauged Kelsong and Jansu for their response as intently as they watched her. Kelsong glanced at Jansu and tilted his head at the clay turtle Kyoshi clutched to her chest. One of the four true relics. Not a single candidate had come anywhere near it today. They should have been as excited for her as had been for evil little Suzu, but Jansu's heart was so clouded with doubt, it was hard to believe that they'd be so lucky after that previous head fake. Good choice, Kelsong said. But I've got a surprise for you. You can have three more. Four whole toys to yourself. Wouldn't you like that? And then she ran away. Poor girl.
Yeah. Dude, this story. This is why I need to continue with book two. Like, I need to know what happens.
Yeah. Are you going to do book two for next month?
No, I don't think so. But it's not up to me to decide. It's up to the people who are part of the book club, which you can vote too, you know, Stitchy.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll probably actually be uploading the Google form to my Discord. I'll send you it, but for everyone else, I'll upload it to Discord so everyone can fill out the form for July's book club book, which is going to be really exciting. I mean, I don't know. Should I like the thing is with like the next book, which is here because I have it.
you already have it.
I
Wow.
already have it. It's the Shadow of Kyoshi because it's a duo. But the thing is, if I choose this, then people would have to read the
The
first book,
first
which is
one.
why I usually don't do series. Um, that's kind of that's why. But
That makes sense.
yeah, I mean, really cool duo. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. I'm definitely gonna read it after, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I honestly I wasn't really focusing on like the political or like social norm blah 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 stuff. I was just having fun with like
Tell
reading
me
about
what. Okay, tell me what you enjoyed about the book. What were your favorite parts?
uh, dude, I
Or
don't
like the
even
pacing, the world building. I will say, in terms of like, I know a little bit of the context, which is like this was a TV show before, and then the maker of the TV show kind of gave the reins to the book to this author, FCE. And I think like in terms of that, it doesn't need as much. Like you don't really feel like you need the context of the TV show.
yeah. Sorry, I was just looking through this.
No worry.
I was
Don't
just
worry.
looking. Um,
Well, talk me through your favorite parts of like the Rise of Kyoshi.
okay. I think like what I liked was kind of her time with the traveling group, whom I forgot what they're called. Give me a moment. You know me, I'm bad with names. Hold on, hold on. La la
Don't
la.
worry.
Where
It
is
took me
it?
a while to like get into the to be able to reference the names because I was like, you go ahead because a lot of names, and then my mind was just blank the moment we got on.
Okay, well basically it's a group. Dude, I don't even know.
The group of what?
Hold on, I'm looking for it. Where is it? Hello. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. No. I'm close though. I'm very close to finding it.
You got this. You got this.
Well, basically, they're a band of thieves and smugglers and stuff, but I just don't know what their group is called.
Oh, oh, I read about
You know
them.
what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
I just can't find it. Hello.
The
Yoo-hoo.
Autumn Bloom Company,
The what?
the Autumn Bloom Society.
No. But they're under it. They're like us. They were forced to be. But no, that's not their group. That's what they're called. I just. Maybe further on. Maybe I'll find it. Dude, I don't know where this is. Okay. Basically, it's a group of like bandit thieves, stuff like that. And it was because that Kyoshi's parents were the leaders of this group. Oh wait, I have the wiki open. Maybe that's better. Why didn't I do this earlier? Hello?
Hello.
Wait. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. It's called the Flying Opera Company. Dude.
Oh, I read about them too.
Um and they were the Kyoshi's parents were the leaders of it. And so I had fun seeing how, you know, Kyoshi, an esteemed, obviously the avatar who's like the top of the top, basically, joining just a band of thieves, basically. And I had fun because you can see how their dynamics are just so different. And I thought it was really fun to just read and see them traveling. And she's trying to be like, she's trying to hide from them that she's the avatar, but she keeps asking everyone who's different benders, like, can you teach me firebending? Can you teach me waterbending? Can you teach me airbending and stuff like that? So I thought it was so funny to see that. And but then they find out, obviously, and they were like, but like, you're the avatar and you can't be hanging out with us lowly thieves and stuff like that. And she was like, but no. And I thought it was just so fun seeing how, different dynamics coming together. I don't know, it was a lot of fun. And just seeing her kind of grow, like from like not being able to bend super well to like being like super powerful. Which
By the end
I
of it,
feel
she's super powerful.
yeah. And I feel like, we're gonna see more of that. Like she's gonna get even more powerful by book 2, so I'm very excited. But I feel like what we saw in this first book was like half the power, maybe even a third of the power that she'll show.
Mm.
Because yeah, especially like after the dude, I can't call it a death because he shows up, but after the
Yoon?
fake death of Yoon, and like the death of Jinzu, like that was like a little bit of her power. So I can't wait to kind of see kind of where her power is gonna be at. You know what I mean? Do you plan, like, I know I spoiled it a little.
It's okay. No, I honestly think I'm gonna try to read a little bit more, and if I like get really sucked into it, then I'll let you know if I end up like finishing the book and want to talk about the ending with you.
You can just text me about it, you know?
Yeah.
I really do hope you finish it because I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Like, okay, it wasn't my favorite because I feel like it was just I don't know. When it comes to like books where I think there's gonna be action, I like want like 100 times more of that action. So
Really?
I thought it was a
You're
lot
an
of fun.
action kind of girl? Are you into slow burn romance?
Dude, of course I am. I
Well,
feel like, but like the thing is, I feel like there are certain types of like genres where I'm like, I either want fast pace, and or like I'm okay with slow pace. Like slow
mm,
burn romance is slow burn for a reason, and it's like different. But
yeah.
then with like action, like in the Rise of Kyoshi, I feel like I wanted more fighting, and I wanted more of like seeing her grow with her powers. But it was a 4 star, and that's still good. So I still enjoyed it a lot. But
What did you think of Rangi and Kyoshi?
that was interesting. I mean, I was like, what the heck? I like did not think that would happen. I was like, whoa, okay. Surprise. It was literally a surprise for me because that was totally unexpected. But it was really cute, and I was like, that's so sweet. Wow. Another, like, it was just like wholesome, That was
But
so
in
fun.
the end, they don't end up together, right?
I don't know. I
Oh,
actually
like at
don't
the end
know.
of book one,
Oh, by the end, they're still together, as far as I know.
they're not in the same book.
But I don't know. I think they are still together because, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they're still together. It doesn't seem like there are any signs that they are separated or anything. But yeah, that was unexpected, but good because it's like, that's so cute though. So I had fun with that. That was so fun.
I
I
was
was like,
like, well, it was a representation, and we're exploring this representation, and it's Pride Month.
what? Sorry.
Oh, like it was a representation that like
Yeah. Oh
it's
my
kind of
gosh.
feels like just like
Yeah. Okay. I just wasn't expecting it, but like I just thought it was cute. It was nice to see like a non-traditional couple, I guess. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like because actually, when did this come out? Well, okay, I'm
2019.
gonna assume this probably came
2019.
out 2019.
Yep.
So it was after The Legend of Korra, which is after Aang, and it's a new avatar, Korra, of the Water Tribe. So she gets together with, dude, I don't know, but she gets together with a girl. So it was like different. It was interesting to see the kind of representation. And I thought it was nice because like, yeah, it just I don't like, obviously, like if the avatar gets married and stuff, they're not expecting, like, I guess their children to be avatars, but just bending. So it was interesting, I guess, seeing that, but very excited to see what's gonna happen in book two. Because I don't know if they're like, hopefully they're still together, you know? I'll let you
Yeah.
know. Do you want to know? I'll let you know.
Let me know. Let me know.
And yeah.
I thought it was a good friendship because like having that kind of anchor kind of there, because especially because Jansu is a little bit of a
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, not that like people would throw hands or anything, but even if they didn't add Rangi and Kyoshi together, I think it would have been okay because it's like the focus of the avatar. So even if they didn't add any sort of romance, I thought it would have been okay too. Like I wasn't expecting any romance, but then like their relationship, I was like, whoa. And but I was like, I wasn't like complaining or anything, but
yeah.
yeah, it was a nice touch, you know?
Yay. I'm looking at the what stars it is. It's like 4.48 stars on Goodreads, which is you gave it a 4 star, right?
I did, yeah. It was good. But yeah, those were my overall thoughts. I can't wait to read book two. That's kind of it.
Are you gonna start today?
I hopefully I will start today, but like I have no idea. Like I really want to, but yeah. Anyway, any final thoughts, Stitchy?
Hmm.
About
I
like
thought it was a really nice introduction to whoever, like, if you're not in immersed in the Avatar world, then I thought it was a really nice introduction. And for me personally, like, I'm kind of interested in watching like the TV show maybe. Um, and I think it was a very well built, like in the beginning, that he gave the explanations of like the different, like the earth is this and that. And that was really nice to like recap, especially as somebody like I watched maybe like The Last Airbender when I was 10 years old. And not particularly, I think I was very young. And it was like the I don't know if there's a live action, I don't know, but it was like there's a tiny, well, The Last Airbender. So I think it
yeah,
was a very nice
people don't talk
introduction.
about the live action of Avatar. Yeah, that's if you talk about it, it's kind of like a sin to bring it up pretty much. It was just so bad. That's all you need to know.
Okay. No, yeah, I thought it was a very nice introduction into the world. And it was especially nice to see like, Kyoshi, um, like the little fake out with Yoon. And it's overall like coming from an orphan family into becoming like, the all powerful avatar. Um, Pretty inspiring. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think, well, for whoever like reads the book, I would say like if you had to argue whether or not like Jansu is a good character versus a bad character, me and Veronica had a little bit of a discussion today about like Jansu's motives. So I think that's a really interesting play because not every character can just be like black or white. We already had one like good character, Kelsang, so yeah, I would say the dynamic was very interesting, mother-father dynamic. And there's a little bit of romance. So
I know. Well, thank you for coming today. I'm really glad that you were able to come and talk about the Rise of Kyoshi. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everyone
thank
who
you.
joined and talked about the Rise of Kyoshi. Of course, if you want to come and talk about it more, you can talk about it on our Discord or in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, And the Google form for July's book will be up in my Discord hopefully today or tomorrow, or just sometime in the next few days. Okay, and you guys can vote for our next book. So I hope you guys get excited. And yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming, and we'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, like this video. Bye.
Bye. Go subscribe.